Hey everybody, Carolyn Freyer-Jones here. I am here to talk to you about this amazing thing that Steve Chandler and I talked about just this morning. So we talked about this syndrome. Now, I have to give Steve Chandler, of course, some credit because only Steve Chandler could this conversation emerge from. And that's important to know, right? People pay us for our consciousness, right? They pay us for, that's why we're markets of one. This could only have occurred in a conversation with Steve Chandler. So let me first say that right out loud. You ready? This is a syndrome. We see it. We both see it. Big baby syndrome. What? Big baby syndrome. You may be asking yourself, what is big baby syndrome? Carolyn, I don't have big baby syndrome. Please don't accuse me of that. I am not accusing you. This is just a suggestion for some of you. First, let me explain what big baby syndrome is. Pretty straightforward. Coaches have big baby syndrome called, I don't want to, I don't want to put all that time on my calendar to create clients. I don't want to. You want me to read a whole book? I don't want to. I don't want to. I asked you to read all of Overcoming Under-Earning and do all the exercises in the back of each chapter. I don't want to. That's big baby syndrome. This is a profession that requires time, effort, and attention. And not everybody, but there are many coaches who are like, I don't really want to put in that much work. Many of us want the income of lawyers and doctors and corporate executives, and we don't want to put in the effort and attention and training that goes into those. You know, we want quick fixes, and it's like, this is a profession, all the coaches I know that are doing really well, time, effort, and attention. Let me give you some examples. Amber Chris, who teaches at my school, she put in a boatload of time, effort, and attention to grow her business. She spent so much time with Michelle Bauman and I, my business partner who passed away almost 6 years ago, learning, hungry, getting uncomfortable, sitting at her computer, making those emails happen, getting rejected, going back to the table, getting rejected again. Time, effort, and attention. Now you may be saying, oh my gosh, what do I do? What if that's me? What if I have big baby syndrome? First, big baby syndrome can happen to you whether you are a part-time coach or a full-time coach. This is not called, I'm a full-time mom and I only have 20 minutes to put into my business. You are not a baby and you are not having big baby syndrome. That is called limited time. That's different than I don't want to, right? So this is a profession that requires, whether we're going to have a part-time practice or a full-time practice, consistent time and attention, sitting at our desks, sending out emails, connecting, slowing down, finding ways to get into conversations with people. That's what it's all about. That's what, when you have big baby syndrome, that's when you're in, I don't want to spend that much time. I don't really like that. I don't like this part of the business. I get it. That's big baby syndrome. Now, many coaches don't have it. Those ones who are putting in the time and the attention and you're not getting results, that's different. That's called learning, growing, tweaking, getting coached, getting better at this. That's not like going, I think I want to do this business, but I have to sit at my desk like 4 times a week for a couple hours to like create momentum and community. Yeah, if you don't want to, that's okay. And you're not going to get what you want. I mean, that's what this business requires. And let me talk about some other people. Now, let's take Devin Bandison. He teaches at my school. Now, here's a guy out of the gate, super hungry, spent all his time reading Steve Chandler stuff, listening to audios of me and Michelle Bauman, my business partner who passed away 6 years ago. He was on the court all the time, generating, learning, conversations, everything. Now, often he finishes up his day at like 3 p.m., which I give him a hard time about. But he's done the work. He has now enough stability and enough momentum that he gets to create his life now the way he always wished it would be. Same for our newest faculty member, Tarita Preston, who you're going to learn about. She, for the 3 years she was in the school, was like on it all the time, working, getting people on her calendar, sitting at her desk, finding people to connect with. Time, effort, and attention. Now, Rejection is part of the business. That's just part of the game. Doesn't mean we run away and get off the court, right? We learn how to work with that and we get back on the court. So this is a profound and deep message about big baby syndrome. You don't want to be a big baby. This is not a judgment, by the way. Big baby syndrome is evaluative. It is not a judgment on you. It is more like, maybe you have big baby syndrome. And is that going to work for you? So big baby syndrome, there are antidotes. There are vaccines called hire a coach, called show up at a school that's going to help you learn how to do this and help you get out of big baby syndrome, because it can be done with support, with encouragement, with enthusiasm, and it happens, right? So you get to decide. But I thought this would be a really important public service announcement to call out big baby syndrome. You do not have to be susceptible to it, or if you are, you can get out of it. All right. Hope you're having a great day. I'm rooting for you. Big baby syndrome brought to you only by the CFJ Coaching Success School and Steve Chandler.